New tariff rates are set to go live next month, but the effects to Minnesota small business owners could be felt in a matter of days.
President Donald Trump said today the U.S. would impose a 25% tariff on imports from Japan and South Korea beginning August 1st. There's also a possibility wider tariffs could come as soon as this Wednesday. In today's Price Check, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield looks at the best and worst case scenarios for local small business owners.
From Minnesota Ice in St. Paul.
We operate on very low margins.
To All Energy Solar in St. Paul.
And the reality is that all of these tariffs are going to increase the cost of the goods that we provide.
To Healthy for Life Meals in New Hope.
We do try to bulk buy if we can.
Tariffs are the talk of the town.
What is your hope in this moment happens?
These tariffs don't stick.
And it's the uncertainty. That's the worst part, Susan Elizabeth. It's the uncertainty he creates.
Paul Valor teaches trade law at the University of Minnesota Law School. He says if the 3-month tariff ban lifts later this week, things could change fast.
And for Minnesota businesses, we should care a lot about 3 countries and 3 types of things. The 3 countries are Canada, Mexico, and China because they're our biggest sources.
He's particularly worried about imported metals and all the Canadian fuel that's used locally for energy, which could mean big problems for small businesses.
They don't have the margins to be able to, quote unquote, eat that. They don't have the capital, the credit lines, certainly not the ability to issue stock, to essentially hold them over.
What is the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenarios are bankruptcies.
What would be the best case scenario for small business?
The best case for small business would be threatened but not enacted tariffs.
And that, he says, is the biggest hope, that tariff talks chill out. With photojournalist Chris Cruz, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO News.
Valor says the best way to gauge the effect on small businesses will be to monitor bankruptcy court. He says the overall Minnesota economy, though, is in better shape because of the number of Fortune 500 companies that are located here.